Hey everybody, I'm Jochen and I'm in my favorite room of the house, the green room. And thank you so much for the positive feedback you gave for my first Tech Talk video. And that is why I decided to do another one. And here it is. Today I want to talk about the sound configuration of the Prime 4 and how you can configure this with VirtualDJ and how you can record your mixes and do all the stuff you need. I saw on the forums a lot of questions about this topic, so I decided to have a tech talk on this. By the way, the whole sound recording and everything and the camera controls are done with VirtualDJ at the moment and the Prime 4. So by watching this video, you can see how powerful this whole setup is. And yeah, decide yourself. You give thumbs up or subscribe. Yeah, what will be the chapters I'm going to talk about? First of all, line-in configuration of the Prime 4. So what can you do with the line-ins? How do you route the line-ins to your DJ software and so on and so on? And the line-outs. How can you record the master output in a good way to do live shows? And all these questions are going to be addressed. So let's get this thing started. So let's start with the line inputs. You have a 4-channel mixer and 4 line-in inputs on the backside as well, meaning you can connect up to 4 devices to the mixer, which is great. One little thing you need to know is that regarding the turntables, you have to connect those to line 3 and line 4 as far as your turntables do not support preamplification. So there's a little switch in the back, and you can choose between line input and phono input, and depending on your turntable, you can connect those devices. So I connected my turntables to line 3 and 4. And one important thing to know is that every channel has 2 modes. And one mode is control the channel with software, let's say, the computer mode. And another one is to control the channel as line in. There are little switches here in front, and there you can choose between line in and USB support. So I did choose line in mode and have a vinyl on the turntable, and let's start this. And as you can see, or as you can hear, turntable plays the music. You can listen to the music. But there's one important difference here. When the channel is in line-in mode, you cannot use any software-related filters or something. So let's listen to the music. And of course, you can have a low pass and high pass filter, low filter, mid filter, and high filter. And you can also change the gain, but that's it. So if I enable here a reverb, let's say, for the channel, this does not apply. Why is this? This is because when using the line-in mode, the signal is processed directly to the master out. So there is no software. And the filtering here is done hardware-wise. That is very important to know. For me, it's not a big issue because I do not use any other effects than the high-low pass filter and things. So for me, it's okay. But you need to know, if you connect devices to the line-ins, you can only use these controls here. So I switched the vinyl now to Timecode Vinyl, and if I use this Timecode Vinyl in line-in mode, you can hear this beeping noise of the timecode signal. But if I switch back to the USB mode of the channel, the timecode signal is now used to interpret the song position and the playing speed by VirtualDJ, and I'm able to control a MP3 based file or electronic file like it was a vinyl. So let's do this. Here I have a song. I could do some stretching. I'm not a scratch DJ, but you can control everything you want using the timecode vinyl. And now effects are also applied, because now the signal comes from VirtualDJ and the effects are applied by the software. Now the effects are working. So let's talk about the outputs of the Prime 4 and the integrated sound device that provides outputs. It is important to know that line inputs are processed directly, as we already saw, through the device, meaning that the VirtualDJ software cannot read the signals. So if you record the normal way with VirtualDJ and have some line inputs, those line inputs won't occur in the outgoing signal, which is bad. But I show you a possibility how to configure your VirtualDJ software so that you record really everything, including the microphones here and the line inputs. So let's switch over to VirtualDJ. Here it is. And by the way, you see I'm doing everything with VirtualDJ. This is the proof. But I want to show you the audio configuration. I have a master out, of course, which goes back to the Prime 4. So everything that is processed by VirtualDJ goes to the Prime 4 again. The same applies for the headphone here, and I have another master out I will talk about later. As inputs, I have the timecode 1 and timecode 2 signal to process the timecode signal. And here is the important thing, which is called recording. It's Aufzeichnen in German, but it means recording. And I have here line 5 and 6 of the Denon Prime 4. And this actually is the master out of the whole device, and this includes everything: the microphone signals, the line signals, and also the digital signals coming from the VirtualDJ software. So this is basically what you hear. Not exactly, because it is pre-amplified, I would say. The master signal stays always the same in type of strength, but if you turn here the master to increase or decrease your volume, this has no effect on this output, which is actually great. So no matter how loud you hear your mix, the master signal stays always the same. That's awesome. So when it comes to creating live shows or videos, you want to record your sound according to your video signal, and I'm using OBS to do so. So let's see how recording is configured in OBS here. Here I have my OBS studio, and as you can see here, this is the sound of my voice. And as an input device, I used here Prime Wasabi. So this is actually the same line 4 and 6 input of the Denon Prime 4 I'm using here. One thing you need to know here is that you have to apply a filter, because the master out is not so well pre-amplified. So I added here an amplifier by 18 dB and also a limiter if I'm talking too loud as an additional filter in OBS. But if you do so, the sound quality is awesome. So one final thing I want to say about sound processing. As you saw, I use everywhere the Wasabi drivers, Windows, but the Prime 4 comes with ASIO drivers too. So you can use those as well and configure the latency and everything as you want to. I did this, but in the end I figured out that this is the most stable configuration. So that is why I'm using Wasabi. But having a look again at VirtualDJ, you can there select the ASIO drivers too. So going to the audio setup, I have here a reconfiguration with, there it is. I won't apply because this will interrupt the current signal, but could you? So in the end, I want to show you a little trick I've been using for my live shows. Sometimes I do live shows audio only, and I use the microphone like doing radio. So I'm doing a mix and I'm talking from time to time and interrupt the music. Normally I do not like when some radio guy does this. So what I want to show you now is how to stream a signal using your microphone and everything that is processed here, and record on a different kind of software the pure audio signal. So let's go back to the VirtualDJ configuration here. And as I said, I wanted to talk about this master out. So I already said that this master out does not contain any line-in signals or microphone signals. So this one I connected to a virtual cable, so-called virtual cable. This is an audio driver in Windows that has an input and an output, and you can route this one to whatever device you want, whatever program you want. So, and I use the output of this driver to record in a different software the pure music signal. Like that, I'm able to create a live show with spoken content, and in the end I have a recording that does only contain the music, the pure music. Oh, I think that's great. A little trick. So I think that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and if you like, give a thumbs up or subscribe to the channel. Would be great. I wish you a nice day. Bye bye.